I'm going to talk about some video game news, or one video game rumour. The rumour being that Uncharted 5 is in development at Naughty Dog. Supposedly, Cassie Drake, Nathan Drake's daughter from the end of Uncharted 4, is going to be the protagonist. The idea of an Uncharted 5 is one that intrigues me, and if it's true, excites me very, very much. Just on the basic surface level of Naughty Dog taking us on a new adventure, going across the world to different countries, looking for treasure or lost cities, experiencing more incredible action set pieces that rival some of the best action scenes you see in films nowadays. But I have seen a couple of people kind of roll their eyes at this news because they don't want the ending of Uncharted 4 to be compromised, which I understand because Uncharted 4 gave Nathan Drake such a perfect send-off, and that's why I'm all for a new protagonist taking the centre stage. I was questioning that for a while about if they were ever going to do an Uncharted 5, could they have a new protagonist take over from Nathan Drake, and then they did The Lost Legacy, and it worked out pretty fine. So yeah, I'm all for Uncharted 5 having a brand new protagonist, and per this rumour, it's going to be Cassie Drake, Nathan Drake's daughter, but obviously grown up from Uncharted 4. And with her as the protagonist, the setup in the story for Uncharted 5 practically writes itself. Classic generational protagonist who's struggling to live up to the legacy of her parents, and she sets out to kind of live up to that legacy, carve her own legacy at the same time. Maybe there's a treasure or a lost city that Nathan Drake never found, so she embarks to find it herself and prove herself worthy of the Drake name. In this day and age where film franchises and video game franchises are constantly being revisited because familiar IPs, familiar franchises, that's going to draw people in, that casual people in, I think a new mainline Uncharted game is inevitable. And personally, I think Cassie Drake being the protagonist, trying to live up to her dad's legacy and reputation is the way to go with Uncharted 5. It keeps the ending of 4 intact, but it moves the franchise on and we get another epic action adventure, hopefully. Another aspect of this rumour is that after Uncharted 5, Naughty Dog are going to do Last of Us 3, and if all of this is true, I am glad that they're doing Uncharted 5 before Last of Us 3, because even though I adore both games, two of my all-time favourites, I'm a little bit burnt out on Last of Us right now because it seems Naughty Dog have been doing never-ending streams of remasters and re-release after re-release after re-release after re-release, and I'm just like, chill out. I know it's Last of Us, I know it's your signature franchise, kind of, but just pump the brakes and do something different, which I'm glad they are doing something different with Intergalactic, supposedly out next year. Looking forward to that. And if indeed they are going back to Uncharted and Last of Us with a 5 and a part 3, I'd rather they go back to Uncharted before they go back to Last of Us again.